Hello, I'm Stuart Baker and I'm with the Nevada City Chamber of Commerce, and we have a new series on Nevada City Connects. And our first guest for our series is Robert Trent, who runs the Sierra Commons. And for those few number of people out there that don't know what Sierra Commons is, could you give us the quick elevator speech, Robert, of why is it there, what does it do, and what goes on?
Okay, well, first, thanks for having me, Stuart.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So Sierra Commons is located in the Seven Hills District of Nevada City. We're a hub for entrepreneurs in Western Nevada County. And the types of people that we attract and that are part of our community are really inspired entrepreneurs, remote workers, business owners that want to start and grow businesses that kind of enrich themselves and the community.
Okay.
And so we do that in multiple ways by having a physical location, having classes. We're primarily an educational organization. We provide free one-to-one business advising, and we also have co-working and kind of infrastructure that helps people get up and running quickly.
Great. And one of the programs I hear a lot about is the Business Igniter course.
Yeah.
And so that happens, every month, every week, every year? What's the frequency, and how do you partake, and what would you get out of it?
Okay, cool. So it's we do it 2 times a year, spring and fall. And it's a cohort of usually about 15 people or so. It's a 6-week course, and it's very intensive, where we provide a lot of information, but it's a comprehensive class that we call Heart Forward Business Education, because it's not just learning about spreadsheets or licensing. It's as a person starting a business, you have to deal with family life and other things going on. And starting a business alone is difficult, but the life is also difficult. So we help people find a way to navigate that. And what do people get out of it is they get clear direction. They get a supportive network. Of course, they get a lot of knowledge, networking, and a clear pathway to building a sustainable, successful business that matches what they want to do.
Right. So do they need to come with an idea, or is part of the program kind of to figure out, if you're like, I know I want to be in business, I want a successful business, I don't know what to do? I mean, should they kind of come in with something already, or is part of the course helping people kind of create a vision?
Yeah, it's helpful if you come with some idea that you can apply your knowledge to, or the course to, but it doesn't have to be the idea. More typically in Nevada County, people have side hustles. People have 3 side hustles, and they maybe quit their day job, and they're like, I do this, this, and this, and I want to put them all together. Sometimes that's difficult, but we help guide them through the process to create a story and a presentation so they can talk about their business in a holistic way and not say, and I do this, and I do this, and I do this.
Right.
And it's confusing to people.
Exactly. So getting that elevator speech down for the thing that you're going to sell and focus on that, and then have them go from there.
Yeah.
Great. So, and then there's also a food entrepreneur Igniter course, or is it part of the Business Igniter, or is it a separate entity or venture? Maybe you can explain that.
Sure. We have a food entrepreneur accelerator. It's for people in the food industry, primarily people that want to productize their business, productize their food product and put it on the shelf.
Okay, so it's not like I want to open a restaurant, but it's really specific to like marketing a product that you feel that the public wants.
Yeah, it's more than marketing, and we do invite people with food trucks or restaurants to come, but we're tailoring the content for productization of food.
Okay.
And so it's marketing, but it's also licensing and permitting and how to manufacture it and get employees and brand it. And so it's really there's a lot of hurdles to make a
Yeah.
successful
Right.
food
And
business.
regulatory issues and things you need to understand. So I'm sure there's a lot of training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's food specific training in the Food Entrepreneur Accelerator.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Business Igniter course is more of like business backbone, where you get the fundamentals of business, get real clarity on what you're doing, figure out how to market, how to position your food, your product, or service. So you could take both.
Okay. And they complement each other and you learn different things in each. Yeah.
But
Great.
there's some similarities where there's a cohort and there's resources and there's the Heart Forward business education. There's the community, the Sierra Commons network, and Sierra Commons provides a really safe environment for people to learn and grow and follow their passion.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's some common thread between everything
Nice.
we do there.
Nice. No, that's great. Because I know I've taken courses before with a group of people, and I've taken some 20 years ago, and I'm still in touch with those people.
Yeah.
So you create this like support network, and I'm sure it works the same there with folks that join the course and get friends and maintain like a support network, right?
Totally.
That's awesome.
That's why I love doing what I do.
Right. How long has it been going on for, the Business Igniter portion of Sierra Commons?
So 14 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
14
so
years.
It's been a nice ride.
Yeah. So then just some specifics for the audience too. What, like when you decide I'm going to do this course, do you really need to like dedicate that period that you're in the course to it? Or could you have, let's say, your regular full-time job and do it on top? Or does it really, how does that work in people's schedule?
Yeah. So it's night courses, so we allow, and make it easier for people that have the day job. We in the interview process or in the registration process, we encourage people to be all in, and that's different for different people because everyone has different home situation, financial situation. So
Right.
if they didn't have any job and could dedicate 6 solid weeks to launching their business, it's going to happen faster, but might not be realistic for everybody.
Right.
So
Right.
the attitude is more important than like, I need to wipe my schedule away, and it's just the class.
Right. And so how did you like come across this idea to even create Sierra Commons or the Business Igniter? Did you see a successful program somewhere, or did you go, man, this town is amazing. There's so many people here, but I'm not seeing them having, the education, or how did it work?
By mistake. Totally fine. I had a marketing company that on Broad Street, and the Great Recession hit. I had a team of 7 people. I could no longer pay them.
Wow.
And we had complementary skills. I had this idea, well, let's keep the team together,
Right.
but we'll all be independent. Just, give me whatever it was. We'll split the rent and we can work together.
Right.
Someone moved from out of state, a friend of someone I was working with. And they're like, we had no idea you had co-working in Nevada City.
Okay.
And I was like, well, what's co-working?
You were just doing it,
I
right?
just did it,
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
we ended up being the first co-working facility in all of the Sierra.
Wow. Yeah, because I know it's a big deal in the Bay Area, a lot of opportunities and nationwide, but it's usually in those urban areas, and it's so cool that we have this great resource here in, our tiny town. And it's just another one of those things that makes Nevada City remarkable.
Yeah.
So any other things that you'd like to kind of highlight or mention, in your moment of fame here where you can spread the word?
Sure. Nevada County needs small businesses. We rely on small businesses for our economy, and it makes our area, why we live here is because of all the services and professions and arts and everything that's in Nevada County. So I would encourage anyone that's thinking about creating a more meaningful living for themselves to consider starting a business that not only enriches themselves, but the community.
Great.
And Sierra Commons can help. So check us out, sierracommons.org.
All right, awesome. So now we're going to break, and we're going to have one of your graduates come and give us her story. Kelly Moreno. So let's go ahead and switch things out and bring out Kelly.
From the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, a new hero will emerge. One who is ready. One who makes sure their friends and family are set. And has the power to go at a moment's notice. This fire season, you're the hero. We are Ready, Nevada County.
Hello folks, I'm Keith Overby from the Nevada County History Tour, and thank you for watching Nevada County Media.
So we're back, and we're here with one of Sierra Commons Business Igniter graduates, Kelly Moreno. Welcome, Kelly.
Thanks, Stuart.
And we know that you've started Nevada City Home and Garden.
Yes.
And I want to make sure I didn't miss some of the names, on Broad Street. It's a lovely little place with beautiful light. Tell us just, what inspired you to start the business, and how did the Business Igniter fit into your plans? What came first? Did you think, oh, I like this program and I need to do something, or was it the other way around? Tell us.
Well, what happened is I was laid off from my employment in education, and I was walking through the farmer's market, saw a need for cold beverages on a hot day because they didn't have such a thing. And I started Quench Botanicals at the farmer's market. And it was so successful immediately that I wanted to take the Business Igniter course because I wanted to turn it into something more than a farmer's market booth. So I signed up at Sierra Commons. It was a fabulous, fabulous course. And I wound up getting so much information. So when Robert talked about part of the foundation of what they do is they talk about business. If you're going into business just to earn a living or to make money, it's not going to be as successful as if you're doing something from your heart and something that serves the community.
Yeah, the passion part.
Yeah, if that's missing, there's something incredibly vital missing from the business plan.
Right.
And so I completed that course, met great people. The networking was great. Robert and his the staff, the teaching staff for that program, it's so well rounded and gives you so much information. And you also have a connection moving forward, networking and support through the Small Business Development Council and through Sierra Commons and the people who were participating in that. So it gave me everything I needed.
Nice.
To start my own business.
Nice. So then, just to understand, so you started Quench Botanicals, and then you switched over to a new direction, and was the Business Igniter part of any of the switching, or was it?
It was a huge part of it.
Okay.
And
do tell.
And not in a linear fashion. So I took the course. It ended in, let's say, September, October, and then I was injured, had a surgery, bedbound. A long story. I couldn't stand on my feet. So doing anything with food was going to be out of the question.
Right.
Robert called me one day and said there is a merchant on Broad Street who is not ready to retire fully, but is slowing down and wants to rent out the front half of their store right on Broad Street. And it might be a good fit for you. And so I thought, okay, well, let's check it out. And so I did, and it was a perfect space. Robert has a sense, and it was a really good match. And though I couldn't do Quench Botanicals, I thought I have the tools now to do anything that I desire.
Right.
And so they were absolutely a part of that, but not in a straightforward fashion.
So then coming across the particular idea with Home and Garden, where was that something of a passion in the past for you, or did it kind of tangentially come from Quench Botanicals, or how did that all work?
It's always been a passion. But I thought part of the program, the Business Igniter course, gives you the tools to really you actually map out what is important to you. What are the things? What are your passions? What's important to you personally, and what fills a need in the community? And so when I saw the space, and I took the tools that I'd received from taking the Business Igniter course, I thought, let me do something else that I'm passionate about. So it wasn't going to be food right now,
Right.
but I could transfer that information, that knowledge, into something else that I was equally passionate about. And there was born Nevada City Home and Garden.
That's great. That's great. So do you have any advice if someone's considering the course, like what was something that was really helpful when you realized X? Was there anything when you did the course, maybe advice you'd want to give to people that are thinking about doing the course?
Absolutely. The first thing is take the course. Don't hesitate for a moment. It helps you get in touch with the things that you truly value, and the things and the fact that it really needs to be community centered. It's not just about what do I want, what would be great for me for a business, because that's certainly the foundation of it, but also what can I give my community through that. So my advice would be take the course, even if you don't have something very specific in mind. Some people in the class that I took they knew they wanted to be an entrepreneur. They wanted to start a business, but had no idea what's that going to look like. Is it going to be in pottery? Is it going to be marketing? Is it going to be, whatever. And Sierra Commons, or the Business Igniter course in particular, gives you the tools to start working your way down to what do I want. And some people start, well, it looks, my business model in my mind looks like this, but when you go through the program and break it down with the expertise of the people who are running the course, you leave with very different ideas, a whole set of knowledge and experience of others who are passing that information along to you. Don't hesitate would be my advice.
That's great advice. Excellent. And I know sometimes we see at the chamber, occasionally a business comes up and you're like, oh boy, I don't know if that business model quite fits in town, and it's too bad they didn't have the opportunity to kind of suss this out with people in the know. Do you feel like the course gives you that that chance to have say a devil's advocate in front of you kind of going, well, I don't really know if, fancy suits work in Nevada City, for example, whatever. Is that part of it too?
Yes.
Yeah. Great.
Absolutely.
Great.
I would say Robert is a mastermind at just that. So if you're feeling like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want fancy suits in Nevada City.
Right.
He would be like, well, let's
how many people are wearing fancy suits in town? Yeah.
And I think that fancy suits can probably make it in Nevada City.
Who knows? Yeah.
And I think that's what the program gave to me. And one of the keys that I took from that program is the only failure is just not doing it. And for me, B would be pivot. If something's not working, so you want to go into fancy suits isn't working in Nevada City, pivot, incorporate something else, or you can pivot and not fail. Then you just keep moving toward your goal.
Nice.
And your goal might change.
Yeah, right. It's just like when you go to college, sometimes you start with this major and then you end up there.
Absolutely.
So that's great.
So
Perfect.
Don't hesitate. That's my advice. Don't hesitate.
Great.
Take the class, contribute to your community.
Nice.
I had an opportunity to, while I was going through this program, I had an opportunity in the Bay Area. Someone came to my farmers market booth and said, I can help you in all of these ways, but you'd have to move to the Bay Area.
Right.
And I talked to Robert about it, and he said, that's great. That's a great opportunity. But do you want to contribute your energy to somebody else and somebody else's community and make their business successful, or do you want to do it with your own? And that's all it took. And I thought, okay,
set you straight, right? That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Kelly, thank you so much, and I hope that the listeners and viewers will pay a visit to your store and see see your passion in action. So
thanks, Stuart. It's good chatting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for listening. I'm Stuart Baker, and till next time.